It hasn't even been a few days since AM Racing fired Hailie Deegan, and Tony Stewart has already decided to take advantage of the situation. Just last week, AM Racing announced that Joey Logano will replace Hailie Deegan for the Chicago street race. After the race concluded, AM Racing and Hailie Deegan announced that they would be parting ways, effective immediately. Even before she had both feet out the door, Tony Stewart decided to take advantage of this by bringing in one of his rookie drivers to pilot the number 15 car in the Xfinity series. And you can take advantage of us as we post the latest news on NASCAR, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button for our channel. You won't regret it. NASCAR Cup Series driver for Stewart-Haas Racing Josh Berry will drive the number 15 car in the Xfinity series in Pocono this weekend. Spending more time in the car with AM Racing will give Josh Berry additional track time, which will prove to be helpful for his performance. But was AM Racing right to kick Hailie Deegan out? Just a few days back, AM Racing released the following statement. AM Racing and Hailie Deegan have decided to part ways, effective immediately. We are grateful for Hailie's contributions and dedication as the driver of the number 15 Ford Mustang during her time with the race team. We wish Hailie the best in her future endeavors and look forward to her continued success on and off the track. Here's what Hailie Deegan said on social media. Beginning this season, I had a lot of excitement and hope in taking my next step in the NASCAR Xfinity series. It's something I've been working towards for years and always dreamt about. I worked hard to prepare for this season after the team pursued me to drive their car. Unfortunately, it has not turned out the way that I expected. There are always several reasons within a race team as to why things do or do not work, but sadly, our goals no longer align. With that being said, myself and AM Racing will be parting ways. The only thing I'm focused on is getting back to being competitive. That is all that matters to me. I'm working as quickly as possible to find the best opportunities to get back on track. I'm thankful for the following that I have and everyone who supports me. It's truly only me who knows the whole story and what I need to succeed. See you at the track soon. Deegan is clearly not giving up her mission to get back into the NASCAR Xfinity series. She continues to look for other opportunities that will put her back in the grid. A lot of people within the NASCAR world feel that she was not treated fairly by AM Racing this season. There's no doubt that Deegan's performances were not up to the mark. But why was she struggling so much? AM Racing is one of the few teams on the Xfinity grid with only one full-time car, and that car is being piloted by someone with basically no experience in the series. This was not a very smart move by AM Racing. Given that this was her first year in the series, Deegan needed someone to help guide her in developing as a driver. She needed a slightly more experienced teammate who could show her the ropes, giving her time to develop. Instead, AM Racing decided to have her as the only driver for the team and failed to help her improve. Her crew chief, Joe Williams, was also sacked by AM Racing a few days back. Here's what he had to say. Yes, I am no longer with AM. I want to thank Hailie Deegan for taking a chance on me this year. I wish her the best in the future and value our friendship. There are several reasons within a race team as to why things do or do not work, but sadly, our goals no longer align. In response to a fan's cutting comment about bringing back the crew chief, Joe Williams firmly stated his opinion. He sided with Deegan and targeted AM Racing for the downfall. I don't need my job back. A lot more than driver crew chief. Wasn't her fault they made the change. Like the post said, goals don't align. AM Racing has a technical partnership with Stewart-Haas Racing, who are also one of the worst teams in the Cup Series at the moment. It's clear that the team lacks guidance and management. If SHR and AM Racing had made the right decisions, Deegan could have started to perform better. Even though Deegan was not performing well this season, it is only her first year in the series, and AM Racing has not helped her at all. They just sit back and expect a rookie to learn everything on their own. Well, that's not how NASCAR works. Bubba Wallace's crew chief, Freddie Kraft, also sided with Deegan over AM Racing's decision to sack her. You can't build a program around an inexperienced driver. You don't know if your cars have speed if your driver doesn't have any experience at the track you're going to. So if obviously money is a big factor in this. But if there was a way to have Brett and Hailie there, I think it would have only benefited Hailie, but unfortunately it wasn't the case. And now they're going to have to go and take a route of putting drivers in here to try to evaluate where their program's really at. And there's good people over there, like I said. And hopefully they get it sorted out. Concluding his take on the matter, Kraft was just hoping for Deegan's bright future. while also clearing her of any blame. Hailie lands on her feet somewhere. I'm sure she will. She's a talented race car driver. This is not on Hailie either. Now that Hailie is out of AM Racing, a mismanaged team, she now has the opportunity to look elsewhere, where she can learn the ins and outs of racing in NASCAR, where she can be guided properly and become successful. Coming into NASCAR as a female driver is difficult enough as it is, but teams like AM Racing need to realize that they need to help out their rookies. It doesn't look like she had done that. It is absolutely clear that Hailie is furious with her team. Back when Logano was announced as the driver for the number 15 car for last week's race, Deegan wasted no time in removing AM Racing from her social media bio. The announcement of her leaving the team came only a few more days later. Former NASCAR Cup Series driver Kenny Wallace shared his thoughts on Hailie Deegan getting sacked by AM Racing. Hailie is in a man's world. She's trying to do the impossible, and I admire her for that. Danica Patrick said it best. She said, "Kenny, there's thousands of men race car drivers and Kyle Larson and Christopher Bell's the only ones to make it. And there ain't but about one lady, and it's Hailie Deegan. So it's tough, all right. So I'm not going to criticize one person standing out and being so brave like Hailie Deegan did. She stood out because she's the only damn lady in the NASCAR higher ranks." Kenny Wallace is speaking the truth here. There are no female drivers in the NASCAR Cup Series. Hailie Deegan was the only female driver in the Xfinity Series. She went up against several drivers who have a lot of experience with racing. With the proper guidance, there's no doubt that Deegan will be able to start finding success in NASCAR. Now she needs to find a seat in the series that gives her the opportunity to improve. The only question is, where? I guess finding a seat in the middle of the season could be a bit challenging. So we could see Deegan start approaching a few teams during the winter break after this season. Until then, she can start looking out for new sponsors, which will strengthen her bid to get back in the Xfinity Series. Looking at AM Racing, it will be interesting to see how Josh Berry performs for the team. He's not been impressive at all in the Cup Series. However, he has won a few races in the Xfinity Series with JR Motorsports. But will he be able to do the same with a smaller team such as AM Racing? If he doesn't, AM Racing will come under a lot of criticism for sacking Hailie Deegan and not giving her the benefit of the doubt. Even a two-time Cup Series champion such as Joey Logano only managed to finish P8 with the number 15 car. He couldn't even get in a strong qualifying performance and had to start 15th on the grid. Even if Josh Berry doesn't do well in the number 15 car, it could send a message to the other teams stating that maybe Deegan was not their problem, but maybe AM Racing was. Let's wait and see how Josh does this weekend. Do you think AM Racing was wrong for sacking Hailie Deegan? Post your thoughts in the comment section below.